Howdy, my name is Madison McClung, and this is my leader observation project for ALED 340 Survey of Leadership Theory. We're just going to jump right in and introduce my leader, which is actually my dad, Scott. He is the owner of a successful commercial construction company that I have watched him kind of develop over my whole life. And over the last few summers, I've actually been able to work in his office and see his leadership style firsthand. And to the right, there's just a few pictures of my dad and my mom, and him, what he likes to do in his personal time, which is fish. But next, we're going to jump right into leadership traits and trait theory. And a person's traits are the specific characteristics, qualities, or attributes that make them the way that they are. A few of these traits can include intelligence, responsibility, initiative, persistence, and social ability. My dad named his company with these traits in mind. ELS stands for Ethics, Loyalty, and Service. During our interview, he mentioned that in his years working for other successful companies, those qualities were always at the root. And in our interview, I observed that my dad displays intelligence, responsibility, persistence, and social ability. To the right is the logo for ELS Construction. And like I said, my dad truly believes that ethics, loyalty, and service make for happy clients, happy employees, and a happy business owner. We'll jump next into the skills approach, which is both the skills and trait approach focus on the leader, with the skills approach highlighting the importance of acquired capabilities and knowledge. We'll go over to this diagram on the right where we see technical skills, which is knowledge and proficiency in a specific type of work, human skills, which is knowledge and ability to work with others, and conceptual skills, which is the ability to work with ideas and concepts. My dad's early career in construction at 16 provided him with valuable technical skills through various roles. He started in residential, and he even remodeled my grandparents' house whenever he was only 16. He's very good with his hands and knows exactly what he's talking about when it comes to guide other people through tasks. His work experience in running his company has helped him develop strong human skills aimed at building client relationships. Some of the clients that he works with have worked with him for years, since the beginning, and they do their construction solely through him because they trust him. They have a strong relationship. He also demonstrates strong conceptual skills by turning clients' ideas into reality. And we're also going to do an analysis on the traits and skills approach. We'll start with traits and how these traits are helpful. Knowing which trait a leader has can help them determine which traits are helpful or important in leadership. This identifies strengths and weaknesses in their leadership that can be improved over time. My dad displays intelligence, persistence, initiative, and social ability, and how you can build upon these traits. Based on our interview, I think that my dad's current traits are one of the main reasons that his company has been so successful. He's been able to identify these strengths in his employees as well, which makes a really strong team of hardworking people. I think my dad can improve traits such as alertness, self-confidence, and insight to become an even stronger leader. And now we'll talk about relying on traits. And based on our interview, I do not think that my dad relies too heavily on his personal traits. I think that he does use his traits to produce consistent actions and results. And this is important as it guides the expectations for himself, his employees, and ELS clients. Now we'll do the analysis on the skills approach and how these skills are helpful. Knowing the skills that you have can help identify very various strengths and weaknesses in terms of technical, human, and conceptual skills. My dad has experience in all these facets, but no leader is perfect. And that kind of leads us into skills that can be developed. Based on our interview, I think that my dad has very strong technical and conceptual skills. If you ask him to do anything in the construction field, he can do it, and he can tell you exactly each step to take to do it. I think, though, that his human skills could be further developed between himself and his employees, especially. Navigating a professional environment with employees who are also your friends can be difficult. My dad has always believed in helping out the underdog or people who need help, and sometimes he hires people who are not the most experienced in those particular roles, and it costs money to train people. But like I said, he knows he can identify the strong traits in people that make for a strong worker. and relying on those skills. According to the text, upper organizational level leaders, like my dad, need better human and conceptual skills than technical. I think my dad relies too heavily on his technical and conceptual skills, and we could work on incorporating more human skills into his leadership style. But all in all, interviewing my dad, along with watching him run his company throughout my life, has given me a lot of insight to effective leadership. He was able to start from the ground up with no college degree by working under other successful people and mirroring the behaviors that he saw. By developing traits and skills, a leader can improve their weaknesses over time, resulting in happy customers and employees. My dad explained his strengths and weaknesses to me, and through using course material, we were able to identify some potential solutions together. This project has also allowed me to explore potential career options that would complement my own leadership style. And to the right, you can see a few of the projects my dad has completed over the years. The top one is a restaurant that he remodeled, and the one on the middle is actually in Galveston, Texas. It's a 3D theater, like Shark Theater, that he worked on with clients from Poland, which was really cool. And then Calva is one of my dad's biggest clients. He builds them all the time, so I thought it was only right to include them in the presentation. Lastly, we will look at my reference sheet. Thank you so much.